Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Group Piano, the Piano Pyramid Way. Today, we're going to be talking about summer piano club schedules. We've been talking about our summer piano clubs and sharing, how to plan for the summer. But today we wanted to be very specific and share with you the schedules that we have planned for our summer piano clubs. How you doing, Mindy?
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Doing well, thank you.
Awesome. So, Mindy, how have you been handling your planning for the summer piano club schedules?
That's a loaded question, but I was wondering if maybe our audience would benefit from understanding exactly what is in each of the 5 lesson plans so they can see how we are modifying it to meet what's going to work for us. Do you think that would be a good place to start?
Yes, that's a great idea.
Okay, you ready?
So you're going to tell us?
I'll tell it.
Okay.
Great. So every piano club, doesn't matter the theme, and it doesn't matter if it's for the pyramid pianists or for your pyramid explorers. They follow the same cadence, which is day 1, learn a new song, have an activity page, do a challenge, have a game. Day 2, learn another short song. And short, we're talking 8 measures. Do a game, an activity page, a theory, like it's going to be the same activity. Day 3, we have a third short song. I believe each one of our kits has one a little bit longer song that's 16 measures, but it should still be doable to learn in a day, and all of the same stuff. Day 4 is a review day of all of the 3 pieces that you've learned in the previous 3 lessons. If you would like to use this on a weekly basis or as a camp with simultaneous days in a row. There's a challenge and a sticker and everything. There's a fun rhythm game, but there is no new piece to learn. And then on the 5th day, there is a performance if you choose. The focus is going to be on improvising, and you will be able to either have an in-class party where you improvise and share your songs with each other, or you can do it for parents.
Yes.
So each of these lesson plans is designed to take up to 2 hours. You don't need to do every single part of the lesson plan to have it be a successful lesson. And each of these lessons can stand alone. So you don't have to learn the day 1 song before you can learn the day 2 song. Each of these is a standalone song. So that's why Dorla and I keep talking about this being a standalone, very flexible solution. So just in case you weren't aware that this is how it's all laid out, this is how it's all going to be laid out.
Right.
So,
well, another thing is that I was thinking about this while I was making my different schedules. You don't have to use everything for the 2 hours.
right.
We planned it for 2 hours so that you have different types of activities, and you don't have to go searching to add to your lesson. We've given you enough that you can stretch it out or you can make it shorter. So don't worry about that. It says 2 hours. You can move that into whatever you want.
Yeah. Yes.
So how are you doing it?
Well, I originally was thinking that I would just teach 2 or 3 days in the week and just have regular weekly lessons. But the conundrum that I was running up against is that there are a lot of parents who are working parents in my studio, and the 6 o'clock hour is one that everybody fights the most for, because everybody has a chance to leave work, go pick the kids up, maybe get some dinner and come to piano class. So I was trying to figure out a way I could accommodate all of my students, pyramid explorers and pyramid pianists, and still give equal airtime to that very, very coveted 6 o'clock hour. So what I have decided is that I am going to teach 6 weeks of the summer. I'm taking the first 2 weeks of the summer off and the last 2 weeks of the summer off. So those 6 weeks in the middle, I will just be running weekly camps, classes, standalone classes, because I am allowing my students to pick whichever day and time works for them. So here is a copy. I'm going to flip this around and see if you can see it. Here is a copy of my schedule, and I've color coded it because I am visual that way. So all of my Pyramid Explorers are going to be the purple, and those are the 4 to 6 year olds. The Pyramid Explorers ages 6 to 8 are the teal, and then the Pyramid Pianists are the green. So you can see that at the very bottom of each of these lines that have the 2, at least 2, there are rotating colors for when each of those age groups gets that 6 o'clock slot. And I'm going to be doing my camps in an hour and a half instead of 2 hours. So I have got a 4:30 to 6 and a 6 to 7:30. They're going to be back to back, but I think I can do it. I've only got 4 days in the week. So I am not going to be using the camp consecutively like it is laid out for us, but I'm going to be using all 3, the weather, the sports, and the European composers, and I'm just going to go lesson plan by lesson plan, and just go in a rotating fashion, so that if kids come in a consecutive week, they get different lessons. And if they come here and here and here, they'll get different lessons.
Okay. What about tuition?
Oh, see, I borrowed something from a very wise friend of mine. So Dorla had said she was going to tell her studio that, you know, this is, if you want to keep your monthly tuition going, then this is how many classes you need to take. And I thought, well, that's brilliant, because I was having a hard time coming up with a number of how much the class should cost to buy it just here and there, piecemeal. So my classes right now are 40-minute classes. So if I teach an hour and a half, that's 2 classes with a 10-minute bonus. So I'm going, oh, hey, party. So I'm going to tell my studio families that if they would like their monthly tuition to continue for June and July, then they can choose any 4 classes that they want. And that will, they can pick a little bit here, a little bit there, whatever works for their schedule, based on the options that I have listed here.
Perfect.
So I am also going to be putting an ad in a nearby high school musical productions program. And I'm going to see if I can snag some new people for summer by giving this as an option to try piano without having to make a long-term commitment, and see if I can have some extra people to help plug up the holes a little bit.
Very good. Very good. So when do your students begin to register?
I was just working that out this last night when I should have been sleeping. Public confessions. I am going to get ready to roll this out to them this weekend, so they can be registering if they'd like. Yeah, I announced that it was coming at the beginning of the month.
Okay.
So that they could take that into account if that was something that they wanted to do. And I've got all of the details and now the schedule all fleshed out and ready to roll.
Awesome. Yeah, I haven't mentioned it to my families yet, because I was like, I need to have it all, answer all of the questions in my mind first, because I know they're going to ask me and I need to have the words. So I had to write it down.
Yeah.
I'm ready now.
I was right. And that was kind of what I was intending when I announced it, was like, this is my schedule. But I had a lot of feedback from families, either saying, one, this is awesome, we're really looking forward to be able to just pick and choose when we come. And the other one was, I need more 6 o'clock. There's not enough. Like,
okay.
the way I had it laid out, it was like the pyramid piano, there was one chance for them to do a 6 o'clock class. and that wasn't really fair to the other
So
two.
your classes rotate, so it's not the same thing every week.
Mm.
Very interesting. We're going to have to talk about how you're setting up the sign up for that. I'm curious about that.
Well, I just kind of figured it would be based on who signed up, and then I would decide which lesson to teach. Does that make sense? No.
Yes, no, it totally. That's what I'm doing also. But I'm thinking, how are your parents going to choose, like, the registration part of it?
Oh, sure. I'm just telling them to pick the date.
Okay.
Like they do not get to pick if they're going to be doing European composers or if they're going to be doing whether. I'm not laying that out.
Right. No, I just meant
So
the choosing of the time. How are
choosing
they
at the
going to
time.
do that?
I am using TidyCal, and it just integrates with my website. So on my registration page, they just go, they pick the dates that they want, and then boom.
Awesome. All right.
Hey,
Well, go
tell
ahead.
us about your plans.
Oh, okay. So I'm going to have a 1-day camp, and then it's not a camp. I'm going to have a 1-day summer piano club, and I'm going to have a weekly summer piano clubs. So let me see if this works for me. It worked beautifully for you to turn my camera around. And oh, can you see that? Okay. No?
I can see it.
Okay. So if you take 30-minute lessons, your tuition will stay the same for June and July. Then I need you to choose 4 hours from the schedule below. And so the 1-day club is on Monday, on June 2nd, from 10 to 12 noon, and that's 2 hours. Then the weekly club happens every Monday from 5 to 6. It's 1 hour. And then in July, I have another 1-day club. And then the 4 Mondays with the weekly times in the evenings. So if you take a 30-minute lesson, then you're going to pick a total. You want it all to add up to 4 hours. And
So either 2 1-day clubs or a weekly club.
right.
I love
1-day club. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you have a 45-minute lesson, then you're going to select a total of 6 hours. So I'm combining my studio with my son's, and we're going to do only group lessons for the summer. And so we'll both be teaching on the 1-day club and the weekly club. And that's why we put him on Mondays, because that's the only day that he teaches at my studio. And then if you 45 minutes, then you pick a total of 6 hours. And then that is equivalent to taking 8 weeks of piano lessons.
Love it.
Yeah. And that's my plan. I mean,
okay, so the letter you showed us, that's going to go out to your studio families. And then are they just going to like write something on the back and give it back to you? Is that how they're going to tell you what they want?
Usually I have a clipboard with the times, and I just let them write it on there, and then I'll put it in the my music staff calendar. And then new people, when they sign up online, that schedule is on there already.
Okay.
Yeah. And so yeah.
So are you trying to attract new students with the summer piano club too?
New students, yeah. Yeah. Like we do in our regular classes that we add them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, do you want to talk about what we're doing in these shorter classes? Because I have a 2-hour class, but it's going to cover 4 weeks of lessons, and for my 1-day club. And then I have my explorers, which are ages 4 to 8. They're coming for 8 weeks 45 minutes, their regular time,
Mhm.
but I'm using the Summer Piano Club curriculum. So have you figured out already what are you going to pick and choose, or you're doing that later?
I will probably do that a little bit later, but I think
Mhm.
what I'm going to be doing for at least part of it is combining the snack time with another activity. So either have the snack while we're doing a game, or while we're doing the discussion, or while we're doing some of the cool videos that you found.
Okay. Well, I broke mine down a little bit, and if anybody wants to look at this further, I'm happy to share.
I like it.
So, can you see it?
Mhm.
So, the one-day club, which is 2 hours, I'm going to do scales, the theory game from lesson 1. We're going to learn piece number 1 and do the activity page. Like you said, combine activities, our break, our snack, and video will take 15 minutes. Then we're going to do the theory game from lesson 2, and then we're going to learn piece number 2. So, I can't cover everything there, which is for 10 hours in 2 hours. So I picked the most important things that I think they should have in that one-day club. And then the weekly club is only 1 hour. So I'm doing scales, theory game from lesson 1. We're going to learn the piece from lesson 1 in the activity page and do a video. And then since they're coming every week, I can, change this a little bit around. And then for the explorers, they're going to come for 45 minutes only. So, but they're coming every week. So I'm going to do circle time and the theory game together. I'm going to choose one activity from the circle time and one round from the game. Then we're going to do piano time and the activity page. And then when the parents come in, we'll do a video and we'll repeat the piano time. And that's it.
I love it.
And so it's very easy to, make it longer, make it shorter. Well, I haven't made it longer yet, but it doesn't have to, you're not going to lose anything by not covering every single video and every single game. You will find ways, if you want them to earn all 5 stickers for the club, you will find ways to have them do that even with the songs that they're playing. They can, in the scales, they can just play through the circle of fifths. If they play rhythm correctly, if you didn't get to do the rhythm game, you can still decide if you want to give them that sticker because they played their rhythm correctly in their song. The improv is one that I really want to try. So, we can incorporate that instead of doing one of the songs. They make up their own song. So I think it's very versatile. And the teachers can just be confident that they have enough to cover.
Definitely. I did want to say something about the snack really quickly. And if you, as a piano teacher, have not done a piano camp in the past, where it takes at least 2 hours a day, if not more, you really do need that snack time built in, just as a way for the kids to have something different to focus on. And it kind of gives them a little bit of a rest and of the activity. So, don't be afraid to take the time that we've allotted for snacks if you feel like you're going to do the full 2 hours and you're going to do it on a daily basis.
Yep. Very important. They love that break. And I'm one of those teachers that if they're doing well on the piano, I don't want to stop.
Right?
But I always print the schedule and have it on the wall so the kids can know what we're doing. And they're like, Miss Dorla, it's time for a break.
Right?
So I do that on purpose, because I will just have them at the piano the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah. So as we've been talking, if it were me listening to this video, again, I'm very visual. It helps me to see so I can conceptualize things. The best thing that if you are having a hard time figuring out how you're going to use this, just buy the curriculum, because then your mind is going to start exploding with ways that you can use it. You're going to get excited because there's so many cool things that are a part of these summer piano clubs. And then if you have more questions, we're here and we're happy to help you work out those logistics.
Yes.
But
yes, and it's funny that when you say that now, we forget that we've been reading these curriculums for the last month, every day, going over them. So we know it's all in here. And when we talk about it, we forget that there's not a context yet because the teachers haven't looked at it. So yes, even though we've tried to, put sample pages in the store and all that, but it's different than when you're holding it and reading through it and understanding, oh, this is the flow of the class.
Yeah.
All righty then. Well, teachers, if you have questions about scheduling or moving things around or what to do with what age group, just put it in the comments below or email us and we're happy to answer.
Yeah, absolutely.
All righty. Have a great rest of the day.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.